So that is
Which
for
is the reader.
The reader, yes.
Why do you have the light on?
I don't know what that turns on. Okay, espera aquí, Lucas.
Ahí está.
Okay, so we have to start off. The Dexcom goes with the blue phone. His phone.
I didn't.
Okay. And this is, and the password, well, he knows. 272505.
What is it?
272505.
So you see how this says new transmitter,
Oh.
right?
New sensor.
New sensor, sorry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you hit new sensor, and it's going to ask you for this number right here, which is going to be on the bottom of this
5955.
5955. Yes.
Okay.
It'll be different every time.
Yeah. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and prep the skin.
Skin tap.
Alcohol wipe
Alcohol
first.
wipe first.
And then you take one of these skin tacks, and what this does is
Make it
it's
stick to the...
really sticky. So it's best to have one person prep the skin and then one person doing this,
Yes.
because your fingers are going to be
Sticky
super
stick.
sticky.
And so when you try to touch everything else,
And it also smells more like alcohol. Alcohol wipes.
and when you apply it pretty good. Don't be very light with it.
Be generous.
Apply it and generate, yeah, because you see it still falls off either way. Fan it to make it sticky. And Lucas will assist because he's already done this before.
This is the safety button. This is safety right here. You can put your finger
Okay.
in.
So now we're going to enter the code. So enter code.
Enter code.
And you can either scan it or I just enter it manually because it's a lot easier. Mm-hmm.
So, 5955. Okay. Confirm.
There's lo mismo.
Yep.
Confirm. And then
And
you
then
can
it puts a video there.
and you can also follow the videos
if
to
you,
show
if,
you what
if
to
you've
do.
never done this before.
Yeah,
I've
so
done this before. 3 months ago.
y'all want to go to the video or y'all just want to finish?
We'll just watch.
Okay. So it says insert your sensor, attach your transmitter. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and do the insert. Next.
Next. Puppy.
Okay, pero tú tienes que quitar estos.
So you take off it's 2 layers. So you take off both layers
But you don't touch that.
because it's sticky.
Then it will mess it up.
Uncle Robert's trying to video it. So you need to-
Good.
Okay, póngalo en su piel.
And once he sticks it on him, it'll stick.
Okay, now it's there. Okay,
Let go.
ahora quiebre esto.
You break that part off to the side,
That tab. And
and then you push it.
then the whole thing's there. Jálalo para allá. Está bien.
Now you can see if it's a bleeder. Nobody.
If it's a,
So
oh,
we
if it's a
hit
bleeder?
next.
Oh.
So then we're going to go ahead and insert the sensor.
But we need alcohol wipe.
Well,
Where did you get
So
that?
was wipe that- it.
Where was that sensor?
That's what it came off the old one. So
We use this for 9 sensors, and this lasts us for 1
Tammy
month.
broke it off without kind of catching that. So the old sensor was here. So
Don't put it
attached
back
like
on.
this. So when you had to take the other one out, you put a whole bunch of this adhesive remover wherever it's at.
These are removed, so what that means. You can see it's fully empty.
So yes. So when you gotta take it off, just pour a whole bunch of this adhesive remover over it, right? And it will help take all this glue off, so that way you put it off, it doesn't rip the skin with it. helps make it come off.
When you take the whole thing off.
Yeah.
But how do you get that
So
sensor out of there?
this, you take, there's a tab right here. Can you see it because this thing, but there's a tab. So you hold this on here and you break it down.
Oh, okay.
And then you pull this out.
Okay.
So it just goes in here like that. So it goes in there like that. You pull the tab, you hold it here, you break it,
And then you
and you
take
pull
it
it
out.
out.
Now we need just alcohol.
Now we just got to wipe it down.
Papi,
I
go.
don't know.
Papi, I'll make this too.
Ay, qué bueno, que estabas apestosa un
So
poco.
usually whenever that thing says, you'll get an alert saying, hey, it's got to,
Get on now.
the sensor needs to be replaced. So you just wipe off the terminals.
And you gotta put the number of the thing on there.
Well, it doesn't need it because the transmitter's already saved on there. We're just activating this section. This section is the transmitter which is already active. There. So you push it in, and then you hit start sensor,
And then you're gonna wait a 2-hour warm up.
and then it takes 2 hours for that to start.
He has to have his phone on him for the whole entire time.
I
Yeah.
already did that, Papi.
Did that. Okay.
So now we
So
now
all
we
this
move to the
sticky
Omnipod.
stuff right here,
We can do it with
What now?
all this sticky stuff, all that skin tack,
we use a
you can use a tack away.
no skin tack away.
This is the purple stuff.
That purple stuff.
You just tack away pad and you wipe around the side. Try not to get it on here because it will
Mess it up.
remove it. But you're trying to get rid of all that sticky residue you put on there on the sides. So you can just kind of just touch it, feel like if it's sticky or not.
Purple like this.
Yeah,
My hands
I'm just trying to get that out of there.
You don't know when this is eating, right?
Why is that?
Because we're real lady.
There you go. So that is sensor replacement.
And if you get the names right there.
Okay. So now comes the Omnipod. For the Omnipod, we had an issue where it fell off, so we're gonna have to.
It didn't fall off it fell off accident.
So the
So the Omnipod goes with the black phone.
Yep.
Okay.
And it also has my password in it.
And the reason why is because there is no app for his phone, so we have to use the transmitter.
The transmitter. That's my Omnipod to go
But this is the Omnipod transmitter. And it says right there, Omnipod. Okay. So you can't get confused on that one.
And the Omnipod is the pump.
The pump.
Yep.
Yes, the pump.
The Omnipod and the Dexcom talk to each other.
And the password for this one is 27252.
Instead of 27255.
So they have 275.
2725. I will
Write it down.
272.
We will. They have to stay within direct sight of each other. So it can either go on this leg or it can go on that arm.
They have to be
So
each
as of
with
right
each
now,
other.
it says no active pod, right? Because it fell off. So right now it's really no active pod. Okay. Do you want me to try to drain this because this has a lot of insulin?
Try
in it?
to. That's my dad last time.
We
Tried to.
we
I
just
would probably say no.
Nope. That'll give
for the purposes of this video, we're just gonna move forward.
Because if the insulin's already in there, it's stuck in there. So you can't suck it out.
Okay.
So I'm stuck in there.
So for this, we're just gonna open up the package, right? The Omnipod package.
And you will see a needle.
There is a needle, syringe, and a needle.
But that does not go with it. You have to put the insulin in there. The insulin's not in there yet. It's empty.
You're going to put the needle on, screw it on, take it off, and you're going to grab the
Insulin.
insulin. Okay. And we're going to clean off the top. Remember how we used to clean off the pins? Same thing, same process.
So we don't have to worry about this lid. Now we have to worry about this lid. Just like the needle.
Clean it off. And just when I say you gotta think like a crackhead, you want all your crack and no air.
No.
Same process. So pull down the syringe, insert it. Take this thing off. Put this thing. And push the air up. So that way you know you're not getting air drawn when you're pushing back out. We fill to 150 units. Okay?
Or you can just write down on the paper.
Yeah, 150. So you're going to try to draw it as slow as possible. Because we're going to
As
try
slow as
as slow as possible because you don't want air coming back into it. Even though there's going to be air bubbles in it.
You just gotta flickle it a little.
Yeah, so we're just drawing it down.
You see that big bubble?
Trying to get to that 150. You can overshoot it a little bit if you want.
How much does it hold?
It holds 200 max. The pump holds 200.
So why do you only do 150?
Because we don't go through 150 in 3 days.
Yep.
And we'll just waste the
insulin.
The insulin because it
Okay.
just sits there.
We only go to 100.
At least we haven't gotten to that point yet. We did do it at 100 and it was too low. We were like 24 units left and I'm like, no, that's not enough. So try to draw it back a little bit, get that air back out, those air bubbles. You don't want no air in it.
Same
And
thing,
you
so
kind of
it's possible.
see it in here.
You
These little
can't do it
syringes.
like you were doing it before and squirt it in the air?
No. No, that's true crackhead part of it. So just try to draw it back again just to make sure you're not getting.
The reason why you don't have to do that is because when you put the insulin into the pod, once it reaches its minimum, it'll make a noise. And that's how we know that the needle's working because the insulin's going into the pod.
It's 2 weeks.
And you want to flick it to try to knock any bubbles to the top of the surface. So you flick it to knock the bubbles to the top, push it back in, and that's kind of when I say you overshoot it a little bit so that way you know that when you get to that 150 there shouldn't be that much air in here. Alright, get 150, you can take it out. Inside here there's a little hole where you would put it in. You stick this little tiny needle in there and you put it in there. If you go through the instructions to kind of put that side by side, set up new pod, and it'll tell you listen for 2 beats. So fill new pod unit with U100 insulin, which is this. Okay? Listen for 2 beats. Now we got 150 here. Lucas is going to go ahead and put it in.
But slowly.
The
And
reason why you go slowly is because you don't want to cause any air to go into the pod.
yes, and it says listen for 2 beats, then tap next. 2 beats means it reached the minimum requirement in the pump for it to work. So we always put more than just a minute. So
And if you're worrying about bubbles getting in there, there's this little hole that takes out the bubbles from the
fine.
yeah,
So instead of that, to cover the needle, and now hit next.
But after it beeped, you kept putting it in. Yeah.
Because the beep is only to, the system is recognizing it has the minimum requirement for it to work.
Oh, minimum.
Yeah, the minimum.
You have to put the whole thing in there.
So hit next, communicating with the pod, so now this is activating the pod.
And it's also gonna prime itself.
See now it says priming. You'll hear some clicks. You hear those clicks?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Heard it? So
Dang.
it's priming
I
itself.
didn't hear that voice here.
That is how it's gonna hear when I put
So
it on my
the
leg.
priming is trying to get all those little bubbles out.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Trying to
here.
get all those
I was
bubbles
like,
out.
I didn't hear it till you stuck it in my ear.
Yeah, put it up to the camera so you can hear it.
I can hear it now.
Yeah.
So those.
Yeah.
So now we're just gonna follow the on-screen prompts.
Please wait.
So while that's doing that, you can be preparing his skin.
Can you hand me one of those, Mom?
Again, we're gonna be using the skin tack.
Alcohol wipes and then skin tack.
Yes.
But after the 3 days, you have to use it.
To remove this.
To remove the pump.
Both of them.
The
No,
pump,
just the pump.
Yes.
the pump is 3 days.
Yeah.
Can only be on for 3 days.
What happens if it's more than 3 days?
Huh?
What happens if it's on yonder for more than 3
You run out
days?
of insulin.
Turns out it is one, and it's also a big problem. A big problem.
Big
Why,
problem.
why is it a big problem?
Because it doesn't
Okay,
won't
that's the kind of
work
answer.
anymore.
You won't have no more insulin to give.
And your nub will feel a little bit strange.
The battery life on this is only 3 days. So it
You
goes
flip
down.
it around so you go the opposite side.
So that is one thing to note. His pod was right here. You see that hole?
I do see that hole.
So-
It's red.
The hole is right here.
Okay.
So flip it around.
It's not a
Try not to
needle.
put it in the same spot.
It's not a needle.
Just
Just a
Yes, the
opposite.
whole.
plastic.
Yeah.
Just plastic.
So this can work.
So you did the alcohol and the sticky skin
And the
tack.
skin cap.
Okay.
Yep. Fan it.
You did the sticky on this?
Yeah, because it's all trying to make sure this thing sticks as good as possible. Just because it always falls off. So fan to try to get it going. And on here we record where we put it at. So clean site where pod will be applied. Record the pod site. Give us the front. We're putting right back into the same leg again just because it just fell off. So we're just gonna put it right back on that thigh. Get done. And it says remove tab and check cannula. So now we're going to take this. And you see the instruction says to rip off that tab. It says rip off that tab. So you're gonna grab it like how he's doing it, holding it down.
Let me see.
You didn't hear her?
Go in the front.
Okay.
Okay, and he's just gonna rip it off. There you go. That's a Coke bottle.
So that's covering it.
Yeah, so that's covering the needle. Two part. And all you're gonna do now is just take this sticky stuff off. Okay, like what I say? Grab it from the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Make sure you put it the opposite way.
Okay, ahora póngalo así, para abajo. Just put it on the leg. On the video. There you go, push down on it. You're gonna rub on it. You know how to rub the sides.
3 times, or just more than 3 times. Just in case.
Yeah.
Just for safety.
And you wanna push down on this too, just to make sure it sticks.
O hasta que marque.
And then
Yeah, because the
when
whole
you hear
pad is sticky, so you wanna push it down.
those, when you hear those clicks, like
And then
I
tap
don't
start
feel-
to insert cannula and begin your basal delivery. So hit start. Is part securely in place? Yes, it is. And you're gonna hear this. You hear it?
Tick, tick.
Okay.
You heard that?
Yeah.
That. Boom!
Ow.
And that's how you know it's inserted because he's always gonna say ow.
Don't feel it.
Is that Pavlov's dog?
Right,
Is that what that is? Right there?
Yeah.
You hear.
So now you're gonna see that this is saying, is the cannula properly inserted? You said you can either look in the window to see for a blue little wire that goes in there,
Mm-hmm.
through the window glass, or You can see this little peak
Okay.
right here in the square. You see that peak right there?
That's weird.
Big peak.
Damn, that hurts.
Yeah.
So that's how you know the cannula went in. So you're just confirming it's in his skin now.
Inside skin.
So hit yes. Switch to automated mode. Yes. And communicating with pod. And you're done.
Oh, Mike.
Great.
It's a lot of steps. So,
Stay right there. You gotta take that extra sticky stuff off your leg.
I know.
and now again, we're just gonna clean around to get all that sticky residue off.
Okay.
But in this instance, because we changed out both of them, this one has a 2-hour warm-up time. This is probably gonna be going off for the next 2 hours because it's trying to find the sensor, but it's not communicating. So you're gonna hear his Omnipod go beeping, 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 unable to find transmitter.
So does he have to wait now 2 hours before he can eat?
No.
No, I can
No.
eat all that.
You
So
can still finger prick.